Imagine a world, our world, before recorded history, where great civilizations flourished and vanished without a trace. Lost cities that have never been fully discovered, ancient myths that may hold real truth, and cataclysmic events that reshaped the entire planet. As you listen to this story, remember this: nothing in history is as fixed or as certain as we've been led to believe. The past is a puzzle, and the pieces scattered across the earth might just hold the key to our future. The truth about humanity's origins, the secrets of ancient civilizations, and the cataclysms that once nearly wiped us out have been buried beneath the sands of time. But what if we told you these events weren't just the result of natural disasters? What if humanity's fate has been sealed by a cosmic force, one that we might be on the brink of experiencing again? This isn't just about the past. It's about us, standing at the edge of a precipice, unaware of the forces ready to reshape our world. So, take a deep breath, because what you're about to discover will change everything you thought you knew about history, science, and the future. Across the earth, ancient flood myths are common, from the Epic of Gilgamesh in Mesopotamia to the story of Noah's Ark in the Bible. But are these just stories, or could they be the echo of a real, world-altering event? The Great Flood. Around 12,000 years ago, much of the Earth experienced massive flooding, covering entire regions and wiping out the civilizations that had settled there. But why is this not taught in schools? Why is the evidence so hard to find? Let's talk about the Sahara Desert. Today, it's a barren wasteland. But thousands of years ago, this region was home to a thriving ecosystem. It wasn't just grasslands or forests. It had rivers and lakes, teeming with life. Evidence suggests that humans lived in this paradise, creating intricate artwork on cave walls, and even farming the land. Then, almost overnight, it transformed into the desert we see today. Some scientists believe this change was not a slow process, but the result of an enormous flood or climatic shift. This theory is backed by underwater ruins found off the coast of Egypt, submerged beneath what was once land. These findings suggest that there was an ancient civilization that was wiped out by a great flood, possibly linked to the end of the last ice age. But this wasn't just a local event. Evidence of ancient floods can be found in South America, the Middle East, and even across the Pacific Islands. Could these be the remains of the Great Flood? And could it have been a global catastrophe, one that wiped out entire human cultures, resetting the course of civilization? Let's journey further into the mystery of lost continents. Have you ever heard of the Pacific continent of Mu? Unlike the well-known Atlantis, which rests in the Atlantic, Mu is said to have existed in the vast Pacific Ocean. Ancient texts from around the world, from the islands of the Pacific to the Americas, mention a great and powerful civilization that existed long before our time. Mu, according to some theories, was the cradle of an advanced human civilization, one that predated all known cultures. They were said to be master builders, astronomers, and even engineers of incredible machines. They had knowledge of the Earth's natural forces, harnessing them for energy in ways that modern science is only just beginning to understand. But one fateful day, around 12,000 years ago, Mu disappeared. Some say it was swallowed by the ocean in a cataclysmic event, while others believe it was destroyed by the very forces they had learned to control. The remnants of this civilization may be hidden beneath the waves, waiting to be uncovered. Is it possible that ancient texts that speak of Mu are not just myths? Could there be undiscovered ruins or ancient relics beneath the Pacific Ocean, waiting for us to unlock the secrets of this lost continent? Speaking of lost civilizations, let's turn our attention to to the famous Moai statues of Easter Island. These giant stone heads have stood for centuries, silently gazing out over the ocean. But their purpose and the culture that created them are a profound mystery. Why did the people of Easter Island carve these massive statues, some weighing several tons, and place them facing inland rather than toward the sea? Most archaeologists believe that these statues were meant to honor their ancestors, or perhaps to represent the power of the ruling elites. But could there be more to the story? What if the Moai are not just symbols of reverence, but warnings, reminders of a much older and forgotten civilization, one that was devastated by the very forces they once controlled? Some researchers believe the Moai are connected to the lost continent of Mu. They argue that the people of Easter Island could be the last survivors of this ancient civilization, using the Moai to preserve their history, or perhaps to protect the island from the coming cataclysm that once destroyed their homeland. The cataclysmic cycles, Dr. Chan Thomas's theory. In the 1960s, a little-known scientist named Dr. Chan Thomas proposed a radical theory that would forever change how we view Earth's history. His research suggested that the Earth goes through cyclical cataclysms, massive global shifts that occur roughly every 12,000 years. These shifts are driven by magnetic pole reversals, where the Earth's magnetic field flips, causing massive disruptions in the atmosphere, oceans, and the Earth's crust. According to Dr. Thomas, these events reset civilization, wiping out most of the advanced cultures that had risen up. He theorized that the cycle was much older than humanity itself, and that it could be a natural part of Earth's geological processes. He argued that the poles had shifted before, creating cataclysmic floods and earthquakes that wiped out previous civilizations, including the ones we now know only through fragments of myth. Why was Dr. Thomas's work suppressed? Why did the US government classify his research for decades? Could it be that we're on the verge of experiencing this very shift? And if Dr. Thomas was right, are we about to see the end of the world as we know it once again? Now, let's delve into the most unsettling aspect of this theory: the knowledge that humanity has lost. The ancient civilizations that rose and fell were not primitive societies. They were far more advanced than we realize. The pyramids of Egypt, Stonehenge, the Great Wall of China, all of these ancient structures show signs of incredible scientific knowledge, suggesting that their builders understood complex principles of mathematics, astronomy, and even energy. The key question is, where did this knowledge come from? Could it have been passed down from a civilization that existed long before recorded history? Some believe that these advanced cultures knew about the cyclical nature of the Earth's cataclysmic events. They may have built their monuments to track the stars, to measure time, and even to predict the coming of the next cataclysm. But what happened to all that knowledge? Why did it vanish, leaving us only with fragmented remnants? Could these ancient monuments hold the answers to humanity's greatest mysteries? And the key to our survival when the next great shift occurs? Earth's magnetic field, a trigger for global shifts. Let's take a closer look at the science behind Dr. Thomas's theory. What exactly happens when the Earth's magnetic field reverses? The Earth's magnetic field acts as a shield, protecting us from harmful solar radiation and cosmic rays. But over time, this field weakens and eventually flips, causing devastating changes. Scientists have discovered that these magnetic pole reversals happen more frequently than we thought, and that each one leads to a period of massive upheaval. This upheaval can trigger volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and global shifts in climate. It's a natural process, but one that has disastrous consequences for life on Earth. Are we nearing the next magnetic pole reversal? Are we prepared for the global upheaval that will follow? And could this be why ancient civilizations vanished without a trace? Because they were unprepared for the forces of nature that we're only beginning to understand. The evidence that we're heading toward a new cycle. As we look at the world around us today, the signs are unmistakable. Rising sea levels, massive earthquakes, increased volcanic activity, and extreme weather events are happening with alarming frequency. The Earth is showing symptoms of a global shift, one that could soon reach its peak. Scientists are studying the patterns of these events, and many are coming to the same conclusion. We may be on the brink of another cataclysm. This time, however, we have a chance to prepare, thanks to the knowledge passed down from ancient cultures and modern science. But will we be able to recognize the signs in time? Or will we, like the civilizations before us, be caught unawares by a force greater than anything we can comprehend? As we stand at the edge of this precipice, one question lingers. Can we learn from the past? The civilizations that came before us had knowledge that we can only begin to understand. They knew the Earth's cycles, they tracked the stars, and they understood the forces of nature in ways that we have yet to fully rediscover. Perhaps the greatest tragedy of humanity is not the cataclysms that have erased civilizations from the Earth, but the loss of the knowledge that could have saved them. Are we doomed to repeat the same mistakes? Or can we use the wisdom of the past to guide us through the coming storm? We are living in unprecedented times. The Earth is shifting, and the forces that have shaped our history are beginning to stir once again. The question is not whether a new cataclysm will occur, but when. Will humanity rise to the challenge? Or will we become another forgotten chapter in the book of Earth's history? The cycle is turning. We may be living through the final days of one era and the beginning of another. Are we ready to face the storm? Or will we, like those before us, be swallowed by forces beyond our control? The truth is out there, hidden in the past and in the world around us. Will we uncover it before it's too late? Or will we simply become another lost civilization, forgotten by time?